doubled plant capacity by being smarter rather than by capital expansion.
Our improved design on the F-16 brakes saved more than $30 million. By modifying our concrete median barriers, we're saving $900,000 annually.
There are hundreds of ways to design a product, offer a service, or improve an organization. And they all may work. But are they good enough? To be competitive, we have to find the best way. And finding the best way is by using the value process as the yardstick.
It's no longer good enough to find a way that works. The greater challenge is to find the best way by the criterion of value. That is, how well we satisfy what the customer wants in relation to the resources of dollars, time, people, or energy required to do it.
Value is the criterion of success in a competitive environment, and value analysis is a structured process to achieve better value. It concisely defines what is required and creatively seeks ways to do it better for less.
We're going to tell the same story again.
John Mauer is leading a value workshop at the Westinghouse Productivity and Quality Center. The value process is an interactive team approach. This multidisciplined team is working to grow an R&D technology into a commercial business. Photovoltaic cells directly convert sunlight to electricity with no moving parts, no fuel, and no pollution. Westinghouse Advanced Energy Systems Division developed a pilot facility to grow a silicon ribbon, which is processed into photovoltaic cells. A planned manufacturing facility could have produced commercial quantities of photovoltaic cells, but it would have been far too costly. This reference design became the baseline for a value study. Within the structure of the value workshop, the team begins by studying customer and business needs.
What about the competitive edge?
Every element of cost is examined and associated with functions being accomplished.
Function is a generic statement of what needs to be accomplished without specifying the means. Visibility is a key issue here, so that we can see the opportunity areas and be sure we work on the right things. These are the functions reflecting customer and business needs. These are the manufacturing steps with resources required to achieve them. With this function logic diagram, we have tied together the functions of the business from customer needs to details of the manufacturing process and resources consumed. It's a genetic model of a business yet to be born.
You know, we spend a great deal of time forming positive and negative junctions.
Yeah, and our tube diffusion method is not only slow, but it involves a great deal of intermediate steps.
Yeah, that's for sure. Hey, what about ion implantation? That could be a lot faster. Of course, it could probably be a lot more expensive, too.
Wait a minute, write it down. Don't dismiss it on an assumption.
Okay.
What about flash diffusion? That's really fast.
Flash diffusion?
Well, sure, it's fast, but would it work?
Not only would it work, but we could form both junctions at the same time and eliminate all those intermediate steps.
Great.
Hey, wait a second.
Wow.
Do you realize we just went from 3.5 hours of processing to 5 minutes? That's a 40-to-1 improvement.
I don't believe it.
This illustrates just one of the team's many proposals which lowered manufacturing cost while increasing yield 13%. Productivity improvement was 30 to 40%. There was a 28% reduction in processing steps and an 80% reduction in handling operations.
The value analysis process helped us establish project feasibility. Now we are taking this technology out of the laboratory to where it can benefit people around the world.
I've been leading value workshops for several years in a great variety of businesses, and I continue to be amazed by the magic of locking the right people up with the right information and seeing the value process work for them.
You've seen the results in an emerging business. Let's look at what a mature business, the Westinghouse Canada Motor Division, has achieved.
Customer response was critical. Our cycle time was 12 weeks, which was not competitive. We formed 2 value analysis teams, but they applied value analysis to time rather than cost. One team studied the manufacturing process, and the other studied the related software areas of order entry and manufacturing information. Our 2 teams integrated our ideas with such outstanding results that we won a Canadian National Productivity Award. We cut cycle time from order entry to shipment in half, increased plant capacity with no increase in present facilities, and although not a target, significantly reduced product cost.
We've been looking at private enterprise. Now, let's see what government is doing with the value process.
This is a new interchange being built at the junction of Interstate 80 and State Route 12 between Sacramento and San Francisco. We redesigned the concrete median barrier by using the value engineering process. Our team members looked at the original design with an eye to keeping the same safety and strength factors. As a result, we retained the required function with a reduction in material usage. This new design saves us over $900,000 each year.
Many government contracts now have value engineering clauses which encourage contractors to submit value engineering change proposals, or VECPs, to improve the value of items under contract. The government, in turn, agrees to share resulting savings.
For the contractor, this means additional fee or profit. The government and taxpayers benefit from the resulting reduced acquisition or operating cost. General Dynamics submitted a VECP to improve the brakes on the F-16 multi-role fighter. The VECP nearly doubled the life of the brake stack, from 700 hours to 1,229 hours. This resulted in a life cycle cost savings of over $30 million. That illustrates the value of a better idea.
In addition to VECPs on existing contracts, many companies use value engineering to gain a competitive edge in winning contracts.
There are a number of reasons the value process works so well. It has a broad perspective which spans from the customer to purchased material. Yet, it has the power to focus in on specifics and get results. It's a participative people process where the departments of a business work interactively rather than in series. The value process is an excellent framework to incorporate other productivity and quality techniques. It's a study of accomplishments versus resources, which can be applied to all areas of business and government. Finally, it's people. The value process becomes their vehicle to do something significant, and the results are tremendous.
The value process is a tool anyone can use to improve the competitiveness of products and services or organizational effectiveness.
Value engineering can be of great benefit to state government and to the construction industry. Our value engineering studies of Pacific Highway projects during the past few years have recommended more than $40 million in cost reductions out of an original cost of over $300 million. The value engineering program has proven its worth in CALTRANS. To assure future benefits, we have incorporated value engineering as an early step in planning and design of projects. Now, whether you are a construction company in tight competition or a governmental agency strapped for funds, these kinds of savings have to make sense. CALTRANS and the California taxpayers benefit, and we are doing our job in protecting the state's $50 billion investment in its transportation system.
The Department of Defense recognizes that value engineering yields improved performance and quality and reduced cost. It allows us to get more for our money, and that means a better and more affordable defense for the American people. We know how lucrative value engineering can be. The department and its contractors implemented more than 4,500 value engineering proposals in a recent year, resulting in projected savings of more than $1 billion, $25 in savings for every dollar spent. Clearly, value engineering is an important tool. But today, only 1/3 of our major programs report even one value engineering action. This must change. This is one of the best investments we can make. We must put value engineering to work now.
In order to win and grow in today's competitive environment, our businesses must radically change to a total system approach. At Westinghouse, we call it total quality, and we use the value process as a key mechanism to achieve it. Value is an all-encompassing parameter of business performance, and it gets results. One of our operating units applied the value process to just about every aspect of the business, to product lines, manufacturing processes, purchase materials, administrative procedures, and even the organization structure itself. The result was better products for customers at dramatically reduced overall cost. Due to the combination of lower product cost, cycle times, overhead, and inventory requirements, the operations break-even point was cut in half, and the investment required to run the business was cut by 53%. That's how you add value to the business.
That's the value analysis, value engineering process. Can it work for you? You bet it can.